Mauli Seminole.
Ghana News.
The last week we were here, we were praying for his speedy recovery. And sadly, he didn't make it. Oscar?
Yeah, sadly, he couldn't, as you rightly said, make it. It's a tragic loss to not only his family, his friends, but to the whole nation. This is a man who has contributed to national development in the area of the creative space for close to 3-4 decades.
Can you remember your first encounter with him?
Oh gosh, that was at the National Theatre. At that time they used to do Kidder Fest, and I was made a director in residence for Kidder Fest. And so my interaction with him started back in those days.
What was his role?
He was in with me with drama.
Okay.
And so we had to, design shows for the kids,
Okay.
choreograph them, and train them for the show. So he was a consummate professional. Everybody loved him. I never saw him angry. He had a wonderful disposition, and it is indeed a tragic loss.
Were you ever on the set with him on any productions?
I must have been, but I honestly can't remember. Yes, especially the guys at the National Theatre with Abibig Roma, his contribution to the development and growth of the National Theatre, to Abibig Roma, I think they are the hardest hits because all these years he's been with them. And, our heartfelt condolences also go out to them. I've interacted with some of them. I know and understand the pain that they're going through. And it's a tragic moment for us, especially when it's off the back of losing two of our colleagues, Alder Jackson Davis, who incidentally, he and Mauli were best of pals. I hope that they will meet in the heavenly abode, as you know. But yes, condolences go to the family, and we pray for them still, that they stay strong.
Bernard, any thoughts on Mauli?
Yeah, I think it's good morning to your viewers out there. And I think 2 weeks ago we had a discussion about him, and for me, I've followed him for quite some years now about his acting prowess. And it is a sad moment not for his family alone, but the entire creative art industry. And that is why I think that the creative art industry must begin to have some kind of mechanism beyond what the individuals and industry players can come together to as an emergency. We need a very more sustainable means to cater for them. Because look, if you take Nigeria, right, their creative art industry bring them billions of their naira, and it put Nigeria on the map out there. Similarly, most of the things Nigeria keep doing, they learn from here. The root of the thing they do, whether it is music, whether it is acting, the antecedent of that comes from a country called Ghana. So I think that insurance is one thing, insurance and pension scheme is one thing I would want to humbly suggest that the current government must take it up for them. There should be a mechanism to, one, incentivize them, put in place a mechanism. Because look, Calf, take it or leave it. If we don't have these guys around us, stress can kill all of us. They distress us. They put us in a joyful mood. They put comedy at your doorstep. They make you laugh. And laughter is one of the biggest medicine anybody can ever find. So I'm pleading with the government through the Ministry of Creative Art Industry that, look, let's find a way to cushion these people. Because if these guys are well motivated, well incentivized, it will encourage other younger people to move in there. If you take US, their movie and the creative art industry, it brings them chunk billions of US dollars. And one star alone, the dividend on them is mind-blowing. So I think we need more governmental system to cushion these people.
Since Oscar is intimately involved with the industry, what are your expectations from the Ministry of Tourism culture and creative arts with respect to welfare of actors and actresses and people in the creative space?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of our expectations, obviously they are exceedingly high. First and foremost, stakeholder engagement is important, and I think that there are steps in that direction as I speak. But the most important thing about, is creating a value. And those of us in the creative space traditionally have been completely undervalued. You're perceived as concerts, you're perceived as not being serious. And I think there was a time, when you first asked me to come on this program, and I said, listen, you guys stop calling me for creative-related interviews. We are citizens.
Yeah.
We contribute to national development, and therefore we need to position ourselves within the national development agenda.
And that's why we are grateful that you are here.
And I'm also grateful for you for taking this on. And so I'm just opening the door for the creative sector to get more respect. And there are a lot more intelligent, more articulate people than I am. I'm just fortunate to be able to be here at this time. But really, I think that we need to position the creative space, and I sometimes focus into the film industry, but the general creative industries at the center of national development. Everything that you see comes from the creative space. From your clothes, it's about creativity, design. From your furniture, architecture.